Hey everyone! Thanks for joining. Oh, so I wasn't actually gonna do a video today, but I thought why not add it into today's agenda, because things haven't been going according to plan, so to speak, in my life and or like my husband and I life right now. So I felt a little bit down earlier, and I really didn't think I wanted to have to do a video or get on here and, do this kind of thing. But I was like, screw this stupid stuff. Like, go on with the day. And I wanted to use this in terms of being able to share how to sort of move past from it and not dwell on it, right? Because life is going to happen, things aren't going to go according to plan, shit's going to break down, things aren't going to go as how you please, and one thing you really cannot do is dwell on it. Alright, so I do want to share this with my group real quick. Bear with me. And it's sunny, like if I go forward, you see sun, it's so exciting. So at least on like today not being an amazing day, it's sunny, so I'll take it. Whoa, what happened? Things are going weird on here. Ooh, that's a new category. Alright, let me share this real quick. Oh, there it is. Okay, so backstory as to what's sort of happening right now with me. So my husband and I bought a house like a year ago, a little over a year ago. It's an old farmhouse, and we knew there was things to get fixed up, and we were going to, make it our own, which is awesome and grand, and little things have been happening here and there that wasn't as going as planned. But recently we're on well water, and I guess our well has failed, so to speak, and we have no water. We really don't. It was like doing okay for a while, but now, like as of last night, this morning, we don't have any water. Like something happened in the sense that we think a pipe is leaking. Granted, it's not like under our house leaking, but from our pump house to our house, so under the driveway where you can't see it, that's where we think it's leaking. So that's fun. And sometimes these things in life you take for granted until you don't have it, which would be water. So the other thing, like one of our cats is having a lot of medical issues, and now we found out that he might have diabetes. Yay! Which is today, I found out today. So that's awesome. Again, so when I was like, do I really want to do a video today on something, like what am I supposed to talk about? Like life seems like it's sucking right now. I don't really want to do anything like that. Then I was like, wait, I know other people's lives probably aren't going according to plan either. And one thing to not do is dwell on it, right? Now in the past, I would have been pissed. I would have been depressed. I would have just, sat and done nothing. I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. I would have shut down. I probably wouldn't have, conversed with anything. I would have gone into restrict mode. I probably would have over-exercised. I would have gone into, okay, so right now my life doesn't feel like it's going perfect, and it's chaotic. I feel completely out of control. So what's one thing that I can do? Control food, control what I put in my body, control what I do to my body, right? That control piece is going to come into play with all of this, right? And granted, what did I do? So I had to go. Oh, hey, Sunny. Thanks for joining. I actually, because we don't have water, went to our library in town and had to go to the bathroom there because I really had to go and I couldn't do anything else. And then I was like, you know what? Granted, people are going to emotionally eat sometimes. People are going to sort of not give in to temptation, but old habits are there. And for me, like, I obviously didn't restrict, but at the same time, I was like, screw this shit. Like, I want a freaking donut right now. I want to eat something that not is taking away the anxiety or the anxious feelings or anything like that, but I want a donut. So I went and got a donut. I got two, actually. But at the same time, like, my husband isn't feeling good either, and he's been sick the last 2 days. So a lot of the stuff that's happening is putting on me because he just doesn't feel well to do it. So I'm doing it. So that's a lot of pressure. I know nothing about wells. I know nothing about what to do when we don't have water or anything like that. So I'm like calling, trying to figure things out, and I wanted a donut. So I got it. Did I overeat on it? Did I think that if I eat this, then, everything's going to go great, right, and I'm still going to feel like crap? No, I had some of the donut, and then I was fine. I went and I was still hungry because I didn't eat all of it because I was trying to save some for him. And then I just had, my normal breakfast, right? And then after that, I reconvened. I realized what was going on, and like I said, don't dwell on it. The last thing that you can do is dwell on this kind of thing, because it just is going to exacerbate the situation. It's going to make everything worse, because you do get to choose how you respond to these situations. You do, right? Life can suck. Things can happen. Usually that saying, when it rains, it pours. It seems like things come in threes as well, right? So everything right now seems overwhelming. And I'm not going to downplay that, because it definitely is. But what I'm not going to do is dwell on it and let that affect everything else that's going on in my life. So ways that you can do that is really focus on you at the moment and focus on what is going right? Because we constantly can look at things that seem like everything's going wrong. But there's definitely a broad statement to say everything is going crappy or everything has gone to shit. That's a huge broad statement. So when times are like this, and for me today, I had to really focus on, what is going right? And right now, a lot of things are going right. It's just the fact we don't have water, which sort of sucks, but we don't. And, my husband and I were talking, obviously we're going to get through this. This isn't a huge, thing, so to speak, other than what we actually have to do to fix it, because our well is no longer producing. We had someone come out and look at it. We can't really use it, so we have to go a whole different route, which would be a whole nother video on what we have to do there. But the main point of this video is to not dwell on this stuff. Don't let it get you down. Oh, sorry. The sun, which is exciting, but it gets in the way. And ways that I'm going to not dwell on it today is to show myself some care, right? And make note of everything that is going well, because a lot of things are. And we still have a roof over our head. We have an amazing array of animals in our life, even though one just keeps providing us grief in a sense. And we still, love each other. We're still doing all of this fun stuff. It's just that there's a bit of a hurdle, probably a big ass hurdle that you're gonna have to really climb to get over. You can't just step over it, unfortunately. But this is going to come up all the time, right? And like I said, usually what I would want to do is restrict. And today I also wanted to go for a run, which didn't happen because we don't have water, and that has been taking a part of my life right now. And I posted yesterday about what happens when things don't go according to plan. What happens when the thing that you wanted to eat today that you packed today you left at home? What happens when all of this stuff that you were so rigid with your planning and routine and now doesn't actually happen, right? It can send us into a huge loop here of overwhelm. It totally can. And that's why I really recommend to not have such the strong hold on having everything trying to be perfect and having the set routine that you can only do, because it keeps you very narrow-minded here. And there's so much more out there to life. But when we get stuck in this and you sort of focus on some of these negative things that are happening, that takes all your attention when you have a huge array of awesome things that are still happening in life, which they actually are. So try very hard to sort of expand that. And like I said, you can't, control the thoughts that come into your mind. You really can't. But you can control the energy that you put into the ones that matter the most. And those are going to be more positive ones, right? Those are the ones that are going to keep you going down the path that you want to go down. They're going to keep you in that mindset that actually is going to suit you, instead of focusing on everything negative. And like I said, I was a pro at that. I was negative Nancy. Anything that you used to tell me I would become quick on anything negative with it. You could give me a compliment. I'm going to give something negative with it. You could say something, super inspiring. I will sort of make that opposite and put a negative spin on it, right? And it never helped. It never did. It only kept me stuck in that. But I had to be willing to go in and look deep within and see what was happening and see why I had such this sort of control and need to have to be stuck in this negative mindset. And it's because I was a way of like self-sabotaging. Anything good felt really weird to me because it didn't feel right to myself because I didn't have those feelings for me. And I had to move past that. Right? So when stuff happens in life, like today, when everything seems to be coming down, and I was just like, oh my God, can I catch a break, please? And granted, I did have a moment of wanting to cry and feel super overwhelmed. And then I realized that's not helpful. That's not going to get me anywhere. That's not going to get water. That's not going to get me, keep going in life. Like, that's only going to keep me stuck in this deep, dark place that is not suiting me anymore. So I chose to move past it, right? I chose to not dwell in it. I chose to keep going and finding amazing things still to do. Granted, we still don't have water, and my cat still has potentially diabetes, but those are just factual things that at the moment I can't literally control until I have more information and we can go further on with it. So what I'm not going to do today is, the sun, man. Usually you always want the sun, and then you have it, and then you're like, this is dumb. I can't do anything. But like I said, what I don't want to do today, and what I'm not going to do today, is restrict my food. I am not going to make sure I plan out everything that I'm going to eat, because that means that I have everything set, because everything else in my life feels out of control. What I'm not going to do is go exercise to oblivion, because everything else feels like shit, and I need to have some type of a release or way to control this anxiety, which granted, if you are anxious and you choose to do something that is also high intensity, you're only going to exacerbate those feelings. You sort of need the opposite and have something calm, right? So I'm going to take it easy on myself. I'm going to show myself some patience, some compassion, some leeway on knowing that things aren't going to plan and they aren't as what I expected. And that's okay. That's totally okay, because when something happens like this, you have this awesome ability to choose what direction you go down next. You really do. And I am not going to be choosing to go down a negative path today. Nope. No siree. Granted, did that pop up into mine at some point? Yeah, it definitely did, because it was super overwhelming. But then I was like, screw this. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go down a different path. I'm going to go down something that actually means the most to me, that's going to keep me on the direction that I wanted to head in, and I am heading in this positive mindset, acknowledging amazing things that happen in your life and not dwelling on it, because I get to choose things from here on out. I really do. So, like I said in the beginning of this video, if you caught that, I wasn't going to do a video today because I was like, what am I going to talk about? I feel like I don't have any form of positivity that can sort of exude from my being right now, and why would I want to relay that to other people? But at the same time, I want to be real with you. Like, I'm not someone who claims to live in a land of unicorns and rainbows, right? Like, that's not me. Things pop up from time to time like everyone else. I just choose to pick a path that actually suits me and doesn't keep me stuck in a negative mindset. And you can do the same thing. You really can. And a lot of times we feel like the world's coming down on us, like we have no control of anything, and that's when we choose to control in our ways of like food and exercise and things like that. But that really just keeps us stuck, right? Be able to be open, be able to be a little bit freeing, and have sort of the balance in that gray area. Bring more to your life than you think of the all or nothing approach. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to give some inspiration to you gals who feel like that life is sort of shitty right now and you are potentially being handed a horrible deck of cards here, but you aren't, right? You really aren't, because you can turn whatever that situation is into something positive. You can find good in almost anything. You really can. And that's what I'm choosing to do, and that is what I'm hoping you do as well. So, if there's anything else going on in life with you guys that seems to be not fun, but you can easily put something good on it, let me know in the comments so I know I'm not alone. Because I know things happen, and life isn't always awesome, but you can make it awesome, and that's the key. So, the sun is to go in and out. This is like where my ADD comes into play, and I get distracted by the little things in life, but it keeps it interesting. So, let me know if any of this resonates with you. If you feel like life has not been very kind to you, let me know, because we can work on that, and we can definitely work on that mindset component, which is huge, and realizing that you get to choose sort of the path that you go down, and you get to choose what actually matters most to you. You get to choose what energy you put into things and not focus on the negative. Choose the positive, man. Like, that's where the awesome and amazing things come. You get to do this kind of thing. So if that seems, scary to you, if that seems overwhelming, reach out to me. I can definitely help you with that. Like with my clients, trying to break free from food obsession or exercise obsession or anything like that is and can be overwhelming. It totally can be, but I help my clients break free from that because it's very simple to do, to break these up into small things, right? Break these up into small steps that can really help you get you to the path that you want to go. It's just sometimes it's even scary to think about that, but it's definitely doable and you can do it. So let me know in the comments below if you caught the replay, and we'll go from there. So enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Because I'm going to, even though we don't have water. The thoughts can just be overwhelming in general, but I do have like 5 animals to keep me company today to bring all the cuddliness into my life, because it's really hard to be upset when you just look at them. It really is. So I'm going to do that, and let me know if I can help you guys out in any way, shape, or form if you are feeling stuck and overwhelmed. Alrighty? So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm just going to have fun in the sun, sort of. And I'll talk to you later.